Sustainable Development Goals, also known as the Global Goals, were adopted by the United Nations in 2015 as a universal call to action to end poverty, protection the planet, and ensure that by 2030 all people enjoy peace and prosperity. The 17 SDGs are integrated. They recognize that action in one area will affect outcomes in others, and that development must balance social, economic, and environmental sustainability.
The 17 Sustainable Development Goals are important in food services because they improve quality and promote healthy meals. They also protect the environment by reducing waste and plastic use. In addition, they support fair jobs and help communities through local sourcing and food donations. Overall, they make food industry more sustainable for the future.
One of the goals that relates to food service is SDG 5, which is gender equality. Food service gives women and men equal chances to work and earn fairly.
In the 10th SDG, which is reduce inequalities, it's important in the food and beverage sector is that it gives a fair opportunity for everyone. It gives workers equal pay and farmers having access to bigger markets. By this, it helps create a more inclusive and ethical industry.
SDG 12, the Sustainable Development Goals, are connected to food services because both aim to give safe, healthy, and sustainable food to travelers. Food services help tourism by lessening food waste, using local ingredients, and practicing eco-friendly methods.
Lastly, goal number 17, Partnerships for the Goals, shows how countries and businesses can work together to promote sustainable food, improve food safety, and reduce waste. With these partnerships, local cuisines can be shared worldwide while supporting culture and economic growth.
In general, sustainable food services make tourism more responsible, enjoyable, and good for people and the environment.
In today's global economy, industries are expected to support sustainable development, not just profits. The United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, provide a global roadmap for addressing issues like poverty, inequality, and climate change. To help businesses take action, the triple bottom line, theory focusing on people, planet, and profit, offers a framework for balancing economic, social, and environmental priorities. The food service industry plays a key role in three areas. It creates jobs, influences diets, consumes resources, and generates waste. By adopting PBL principles, food service businesses can support multiple SDGs. Especially, they can promote fair wages and safe workplaces. SDG 8 and 10. Environmentally, they can cut waste, use local ingredients, and reduce emissions. SDG 2, 12, and 13. Economically, sustainable practices can boost efficiency and brand loyalty, supporting long-term profit. TBL isn't just a theory, it has real businesses benefits.
The Global Code of Ethics for Tourism is a framework established by the World Tourism Organization, UNWTO, in 1999. As noted by the United Cities and Local Governments Middle East and West Asia section, its purpose is to maximize the positive benefits of tourism while minimizing its negative impacts on the environment, cultural heritage, and societies worldwide. The code is composed of 10 principles that comprehensively address the economical, social, cultural, and environmental dimensions of tourism. Articles 1 to 4 emphasize mutual respect, personal growth, sustainability, and the preservation of cultural heritage. Articles 5 to 7 highlight the role of tourism in driving economic development and fostering cultural exchange that benefits communities. Lastly, Articles 8 to 10 focus on safeguarding freedom of travel, protecting the rights of workers and entrepreneurs, and ensuring that these principles are implemented ethically.
Tourist behavior involves what travelers do before, during, and after a trip, while motivation explains why they travel, whether to escape stress, push factors, or explore culture, pull factors. This motivation shapes their food choices while traveling. Tourists may pick comfort foods or be adventurous with local cuisine influenced by personal habits and current food trends. Their dining choices affect their satisfaction and overall travel experience. Since food preferences constantly change, they can be hard to predict. For the food and beverage industry, understanding tourist behavior and motivation is key. By offering menus and experiences that appeal to both comfort seekers and cultural explorers, businesses can boast satisfaction, attract more visitors, and become part of a destination's appeal. Food isn't just a necessity, it's a major part of what makes travel memorable.
Maslow's hierarchy of needs applies to food tourism since tourists eat not just to satisfy hunger, but also other needs. At the basic level, they eat pasta, sushi, adobo, or sinigang to survive. If they prefer safety and hygienic dining in Finland or trusted restaurants in the Philippines. Food festivals, communal dinners, or events like Pahias Festival help them connect. Luxury or Michelin-starred dining boosts prestige and recognition. Finally, culinary tourists in Lapland or cooking classes in Pampanga allow cultural learning and self-growth. Food tourism, therefore, goes beyond eating. It fulfills needs, builds connections, boosts confidence, and promotes cultural understanding. Physiological example, eating to satisfy hunger. Safety, choosing clean, hygienic dining places. Love and belonging, sharing meals with family, friends, or locals. Esteem dining, in luxury restaurants for prestige. Self-actualization, experiencing authentic cuisine or cooking classes.
Pierce's Travel Career Ladder 2005 explains how food and beverage experiences reflect tourist motivations. At the relaxation stage, they seek comfort through meals like fresh food by the beach or coffee in cozy cafes. For excitement and thrills, tourists look for adventure by trying unusual foods such as latute tugak, stuffed frog in Pampanga, or hakaru in Greenland. Food also creates social connections as seen in food festivals, communal dining, or cooking workshops with fellow travelers. Moving to self-esteem and development, unique dining like Michelin-starred restaurants or sushi-making classes provides pride, confidence, and learning. Finally, at self-actualization, food becomes a way to explore culture and identity through experiences such as wine tasting in France or learning traditional cooking in Japan. This shows that food tourism goes beyond eating, enriching travel through relaxation, adventure, relationships, growth, and cultural discovery.
Crompton's push and pull theory can be applied to food and beverages to explain why tourists choose certain destinations or dining experiences. Push factors are internal motivations like the desire to relax, try new foods, or experience culture. For example, tourists may want to taste Filipino delicacies like adobo or participate in the Pahias Festival for a unique cultural experience. Pull factors are external attractions that draw tourists, such as famous restaurants, Michelin-starred dining in Europe, seafood markets in Japan, or cooking classes in Pampanga. This shows that food tourism is influenced both by what motivates tourists internally and by the attractions and experiences offered at the destination, making dining a key part of travel decisions.
Thomas Cook's view in relation to food and beverages. Educational potential of travel. Food helps tourists learn culture. Example, tourists eating local street food to understand Filipino lifestyle. Social enlightenment. Sharing meals promotes cultural exchange. Example, joining a family dinner in a homestay program. Accessible tourism. Affordable dining makes travel inclusive. Example, budget-friendly food courts for backpackers. Healthy leisure. Eating balanced meals supports wellness. Example, tourists choosing organic farm-to-table dining. Conducted tour model. Food is included in organized tours. Example, travel agencies offering food packages with tours.
Lawton's tourization theory and food beverages. Tourism grows and food services grow with it. As more tourists come, more restaurants, cafes, and food festivals appear. Example, the rise of local food hubs and night markets in Cebu to cater to tourists. Food is part of globalization and tourism, mixing culture, economy, and environment. Example: fast food chains like Jollibee and McDonald's expanding worldwide while still serving local flavors. Food services must adapt to these challenges like sustainability and over-tourism. An example, Boracay restaurants shifting to eco-friendly dining after the island's closure in 2018.
Schmall's travel decision model can be applied to food and beverages because it explains how tourists make dining choices. Travel stimuli are influences that attract tourists to certain foods, like seeing a social media post about Pampanga's Bitutan Tugak, frog delicacy, or watching a video about New York's famous pizza. Personal and social determinants involve the travel's budget, cultural background, or taste preferences. For example, a vegan choosing plant-based option in Manila or Berlin. External variables include previous experiences, affordability, or trust in the service. A tourist may revisit a popular seafood restaurant in Palawan or a local ramen shop in Tokyo because of a good prior experience. Service features focus on the food's quality, price, and uniqueness, such as dining at a heritage restaurant and vegan, or trying a signature dish at a Michelin-starred restaurant in Paris. This model shows that choosing where to eat depends on motivation, personal factors, prior experience, and the appeal of the restaurant. Travel stimuli, ads or reviews influence dining choices. Example, a tourist sees a vlog about pickle spicy dishes and decides to try them. Personal and social determinants. Budget, culture, or personal taste shape food decisions. Example, a vegetarian tourist chooses a plant-based restaurant. External variables, past experience, price, and trust in service providers. Example, a traveler keeps eating at the same restaurant chain abroad because of past good experience. Service features, quality, cost, and uniqueness of the food. Example, tourist dining in a restaurant known for its heritage recipes.
A sociological perspective on food services involves examining the historical, social, and institutional factors that shape people's access to food, their dining experiences, and how these services help reduce social isolation and strengthen community connections across the world. Historical context: Meals on Wheels, United States. Started in the 1950s to help seniors who could not leave home. It became a nationwide program that brings food and friendly visits, helping with both hunger and loneliness. Social inequalities. Food cycle. United Kingdom uses surplus food to prepare free meals for the poor, unemployed, and homeless, while also creating social inclusion. Social cafe meals. Australia gives discounted meals in cafes for vulnerable people, helping them get food and reduce isolation. PubMed, page 13.
Cultural differences. Incredible edible, UK and worldwide. Communities grow food in public areas for anyone to share. It started in the UK and is spread worldwide, showing foods as a symbol of unity and sustainability. The Guardian 2018. Community fridges, USA, become popular during COVID-19, where people share without shame. They reflect values of helping one another and solidarity. Time 2022.